bao buns. So you might have seen these in different forms where the steamed bun completely wraps around the meat. And this is great and delicious as well, but this way you can kind of see all the ingredients inside. You can change it out for people who have preferences or whatever it might be. And you get fresh ingredients without it being wilted when it's cooked. So this is a great way to make a nice little sandwich. You can add the fresh herbs that will contrast with that fatty pork belly and that sweet, savory hoisin barbecue sauce. So try this recipe out and let me know what you guys think. So for our bao buns, the first thing we're going to prepare is the pork belly. Here we have a slab of pork belly with the skin attached. That's important because that's what's going to make it crispy. We're going to portion this off. I'm going to save half for later and then half we'll use for the bao buns. So this guy we're going to put into a pot, but first we're going to add some spices. Once the spices give a nice little toast, we're going to add water and then add our pork belly and allow it to simmer. Season it, of course, with a little bit of salt. I'm just going to give it a mix to make sure it dissolves. And then bring it up to a simmer. You don't want to boil this because this will actually dry out the meat. We want to simmer it to render off a lot of the extra fat and make it nice and tender. Once we've done this, let it chill for a little bit and then take a knife and then give it a nice little score. Make sure you're not going too deep. We just want to score the skin so that it will help crisp up and release more fat, as well as make it easy to cut and serve when ready to go. Allow it to dry and then we're going to bake it. This one I'm actually going to air fry 400 degrees and just let it rip for about 35 minutes. And look at her go. Nice and crispy pork belly. Now let's prepare our garnishes for the bao buns. Here we have some cucumber. We're just going to give it a nice little slice on the rounds. And then we have some scallion that we'll cut up as well. And then some cilantro. These are all optional, of course, whatever you prefer and desire. This is you to you. Here are some steamed buns that we just bought at the market. We can make a recipe later, but just for time's sake, we're going to use these guys because these were my favorite. They were delicious, nice little sweetness. They were tender and fluffy. I just covered them with a damp paper towel and threw them in the microwave for about 15 seconds. Look at that pork belly, nice and crispy. Now we just let it rest for about 10 minutes before slicing into them to redistribute some of those meat juices within. Cut within your lines that you cut and just take a look at how juicy that pork is. Yum. Push them off in little bricks, give them a nice little cut, taste them, make sure they're delicious, and of course they are, and hold them warm in your foil, or just continue to cut it. You can serve it like this, you can serve it on a platter and have your guests build their own steamed buns, or you can build them in advance, right? So the way I'm going to build them, I'm just going to open these up, and I have a little bit of our hoisin barbecue sauce. If you need a recipe for that, you can find it here in the top right corner, or in the comments about section below. Add your pork belly, a little more of that sauce, and then your cucumbers, scallions, cilantro, garnishes. And these are ready to eat. These are so delicious. The texture, little contrast is so insane. The fattiness, the freshness, it all pairs well and balances super deliciously. Especially with that sweet, savory, sour hoisin barbecue sauce. Look at all these guys. Lined up like soldiers. Take a little bite and enjoy. And serve these at your next party, dinner gathering, or whatever. And that's it. Pork belly bao buns, as simple as that. Just make the pork belly, have the hoisin barbecue sauce made in advance, and just put it all together. If you want to make the steamed buns from scratch, you can do that. I will have a recipe posted eventually. I will finish this book, and then we'll go into a whole series of making breads and dumplings. So if you are interested in something like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out what else we have. If you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out what else we have cooking. If you want to see some more recipe videos, you can check out this video here, or check out this video here, or this video here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.